It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Boy, what a season so far. And I'll tell you, it's only getting started. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Los Angeles Clippers playing against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, after splitting their first 2 games of the season, tonight's game gives them a chance to get their record over the 500 mark and maybe get a little momentum on their side. Tonight, we'll get to see James Harden. We know how he can dominate and how he can be on offense. And Kenny, a lot of that has to do with his ability to get to the free throw line.
I agree. He keeps defenders off balance. You know, he's able to put his body into players and able to draw fouls. Nearly impossible to stop when his shot is falling.
You know, speaking of body, he remade his body to become quicker, Kenny.
Really?
And he doesn't get enough credit for how smart he is. 2 + 2 is 5, baby.
Hey, you know who I like to quote when it comes to free throw shooting and getting to the line?
Shaq?
No.
Oh.
Dick Versace. Remember the old coach Dick Versace?
I remember. What did he
Hold
call?
on, that's how you say his last name?
Dick Versace,
Used
yeah.
to say what?
I thought it was Versace.
No, it's Versace.
That's another one. But
Okay,
Dick
got
Versace used to call free throw shooting the NBA's hidden way to score. People don't think about it, but yeah, you get to the line. Point totals add up.
It wasn't way to score. It wasn't undercover.
Sure it's not Versace?
I think it is.
I'm pretty sure.
He has a clothing line, right?
And now, the starting lineup for your Los Angeles Clippers. At the power forward position, at 6'9", number 4, Jermichael Green. At point, 61 inches, number 21, Patrick Beverley. Starting in center, standing 6'8", number 5, Montrezl Harrell. The other guard, 6 feet 10 inches, number 13, Paul George. The other forward, 6 feet 7 inches, number 2, Kawhi Leonard. Doc Rivers is the head coach for your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your Los Angeles Clippers.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. The Houston Rockets come into this one following a loss to the Lakers.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, it felt like they were teenagers during the summer. Low levels of activity, allowed too many good looks. Just not their night.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And the Houston Rockets starting 5. We've got Russell Westbrook. Clint Capella is out there with Kenneth Faried. Then it's Harden, and it's Green in at the 3. And that one's good, George. Brent, a lot of experience on the floor. Talk about why it's so hard to succeed if you do not have that kind of veteran leadership.
If guys stay around this league long enough, Kevin, they've seen a little bit of everything. And when they've seen those things, the fact that they could communicate it to guys who haven't, sometimes they can keep you calm, make sure you temper your expectations, and then have you understand just how long not only the season is, how long a game is, how long a quarter is, and how long even one possession can be in order for you to be more successful and learn the lessons of this game to be better the next time.
You've had a lot of guys come across your path. Any one veteran that comes right out top of your head who really helped you along?
I'll throw way back to Chris Mullen and the time that I worked a lot with Chris in the early part of my career, just preparing to be in the NBA and talking through stories about the type of hard work, the type of consistent work, and the type of mentality you have to not only succeed individually, but certainly to have team success.
Great story. 13 feet away. Again, Los Angeles.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Mike D'Antoni. David, what do you have to say?
Well, Kevin, no surprise he said their focus has to be on defense when you're going up against a team that's so crafty on offense. He said we have to avoid mental lapses because they will take advantage. We'll see if they're on their game tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. So he wants their best effort defensively, knowing what a slick shooting team they're up against.
And I think they'd be smart to try to deny them the ball inside, guys. The best way to keep a team from getting hot is to not give them the easy looks down low.
Yeah, make sure there is no vacancies out there at the three-point line, Greg. This is a team that can really hurt you from all over the floor.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Patrick Beverly grew up in the west side of Chicago. He said it was a pretty rough high school to go to, Brent.
John Marshall Metropolitan, and he was the head of a 1-2-2 full-court press where he just racked up a bunch of steals. Can you imagine just not getting the ball ever over half court? That's because Patrick Beverly was up there playing defense.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. The Rockets again can't hit.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
Leonard kicks to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. George has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Clippers. The Rockets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Harden outside. Lays it up and banks it in.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 14-2 run here. And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Back to Beverly. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
And the dunk by Capella.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys in the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Leonard, coming off a stellar performance against Oklahoma City. And George with this stuff.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
Here is Harden. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, this is great when Westbrook starts to dictate the tempo of the game. This time he's doing it with the pass, setting up a teammate.
Harrell finds Leonard. Unloads from 13. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Rockets trail by 16. Harden the pass to Capella. To the paint, here's Fareed. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And really, Fareed is just very comfortable from there. He waits for the right opportunity and then seizes the moment.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And I felt like they came out of that with a terrific game plan, especially on the offensive end.
The defense seemed to be swirling and guessing about where the attack was coming from, inside, outside, and in transition.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Paul George. He's coming off an excellent season. He put up about 22 points a game, just over 2 steals and 5 rebounds. And he's a real threat defensively. You look at his steals during this stretch, always lurking for the smallest mistake.
And he's causing a lot of those mistakes too. He's just harassing you 94 feet and does not give you an inch.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success. And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
Well, if Eric Gordon gets the ball from beyond the arc, you have to respect his ability to knock those down.
Williams kicks to George. There's 48 seconds left in the first. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 20.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
To the paint. And there's Eric Gordon on the assist by Rivers.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Pass to Zubac. Looking for George. He gets it there. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Amon Shumpert's checked in for Clint Capella.
1 shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from George.
And with Paul George, it's pretty awesome. You get the whole package. You get great scoring, you get good playmaking and rebounding, you get a defender with active hands. And there's a lot of things about Paul George that can elevate everything you do to have great team success.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. And that one is off.
Oh, you just relish those kind of opportunities. And the defense got lucky, but they need to guard that area of the floor a little bit better.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. They've leaned on him for offense, and he hasn't let them down. He's now up to 23 points today. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the
years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expressions and my demeanor can change a lot for a teammate.
No, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Well, that's a quick way to build the lead. But, Greg, can they sustain this kind of effort all night long? We'll see.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Harkless is out there with Paul George. Then it's Williams. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Now here's Shumpert. He gets it in there. Shumpert's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Houston.
Shumpert's released that time pretty quick because he's on the inside. He knows the defense is going to swarm.
Outside Williams. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
And here's Gordon from outside.
He sunk that three in the first. It's yet to make another one.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, DA, he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Here's George after Eric Gordon's bucket. Shots good by Williams.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
Timeout called the Rockets. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Fareed's checked in for Houston. Russell Westbrook comes in for Rivers.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Russell Westbrook. Last season, he played outstanding. First in assists, fifth in steals, and of course, he was among the best in the league when it came to putting the ball in the basket. Top 10 in scoring.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball. Now, here's Leonard. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Zubac finds Leonard. Back to Zubac. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Brent, we're already starting to hear some trade rumors out there. Is it ever too early to start making changes?
If you talk to any good GM, it's never too early to start thinking about how can I make this roster better.
Constant thought.
There are some times, though, and I think we've seen this through the years, where there might be a player that's on the roster that whether there's a coaching change or his approach to the season, maybe it's a contract year and mentally he's not really where he needs to be, that sometimes teams examine that and think, might need to remove this now in order for us to get where we need to go. And that might be some of the reasons why, Kevin, we're hearing some names this early in the season.
Exactly. Gerald Green, he's checked in for Houston. Harden comes in for Shumpert. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Harden surveying the D. Over Williams. Harden, that's good. Harden's got 7.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Zubac's the pass to Williams. Westbrook pulls it in.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Now, here's Green. No points in the game yet for him. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So Green will go to the free throw line.
2 shots,
It's on Kawhi Leonard.
2.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the game right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubats. And a switch here also for Houston. Clint Capella, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker.
One shot behind the lanes.
And Green, no good on that one.
Yeah, this roster for the Clippers is in transition, no doubt about it. You think of the franchise's history, plenty of dysfunction, but over the last 5 or 6 years, they've been the best team in LA. Now it's a time for them to reset, try to find some new stars to carry it forward.
Harden against Williams. Green with the block. Williams against Harden. Pass to Beverly. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Brent, you look at the Clippers ownership group, the front office, the coaching staff. It's a different story now from days past, isn't it?
Well, it just feels a little bit more stable. It just feels like they want to compete at the highest level, and they will do the things necessary to commit to winning. And we've seen that happen pretty quickly for the Clippers.
And he knocks down the first one.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
Both free throws good from Beverly.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. Westbrook against Beverly. 16 feet away, and Westbrook gets it to go. Westbrook's got his first basket.
Getting a little bit more room here from the mid-range, the explosive shot area, getting quick to that spot and separating from the defender.
Now here's Williams. Last time out he had 13 points. For 3, it's hauled in by Clint Capella. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. 17-point game.
Look out below the Manimal, uncaged and no prisoners taken.
Clippers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And the Clippers call time here.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
And where have the shots been coming from tonight? Here's a look broken down by paint, mid-range, and three-point shot attempts so far for Houston.
And the one shot they've stayed away from tonight has been that long three. They've been a little more consistent with their shot selection, not launching as many deep threes.
Now here's Harrell. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And where's the fight defensively? I mean, you need stops to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, down by double digits, failing to shut down the lane. It has been a rough night.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Beverly against Westbrook. And that one's good. Beverly's got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, kind of tough on the defense when you let Beverly beat you on the inside. That can get his confidence going from the outside. So damage from the paint that time.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers. Shoots from 12. And Houston again with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Westbrook against Beverly. Williams up on top. Knocked away. 5 to shoot. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
There's your run out. Great individual play.
Yeah, beats the transition defense up the floor, and then the easy finish. Boy, those feel good.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Shooting one.
Free throw drops for Harden.
And Harden finished second in MVP voting in 2017, won the MVP in 2018. A multi-talented combo guard who just seems to get better every season.
And that one's good, George.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
And you could try to key in on him, but that's tough. They run plays that routinely give him makeable looks.
And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 25 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
I don't say this a lot, Ernie, but I was impressed with Paul George at both ends. His length, athleticism allows him to guard a number of positions. He can score equally well in the half court. But out in the open court, woo-wee.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
Well, they're giving up too many high percentage looks, Ernie. They're not closing down the lane, and they're not going hard on the perimeter. That will get an L in any book.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
That's a bird's eye view of the Staples Center at sunset. Gorgeous, isn't it, with all of Los Angeles in the background? Welcome back, everyone. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Brent, we're seeing a number of superstars sign shorter contracts with early opt-outs. Why have we seen that trend?
Well, I think in some of those cases, the players are knowing that the opportunity for a larger cap in the successive years, they want the opportunity to maximize their earning potential. So seeing a Kevin Durant or a LeBron James sign a one-year deal or a 1+1, it gives them the opportunity to cash in a year later for the type of contract that they deserve, the maximum contract allowed.
And so in the game for the Rockets, Harden out there with Russell Westbrook. Then there's Gerald Green. Then there's Kenneth Faried. And it's Capella in at the 5.
Such a difficult guy to keep up with and also have a conversation with. Leonard, sometimes all you can do is foul him.
Two shots. Last on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. And last season, one of the harder ones for Kawhi Leonard, certainly, as he was forced to miss a lot of time due to injury.
Yeah, hard to lose a year like that when you're a star player, and started the year late with the quad issue and then was shelved again, just 9 games total for him. And happy that he's back and at full health as the NBA gets a lot more interesting when the claw gets in the lineup.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And the way Kawhi Leonard has evolved his offensive game is pretty remarkable. After coming out of San Diego State, came into the league as just a defensive stopper and now really, truly a two-way star and one of the deadliest scorers when he needs to be.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Ball's knocked loose. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Dishes it to Green. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Green's got 5 points so far. With Leonard in his offense, he slowly took on more and more of the scoring load while adding skills to his game.
Yeah, he'd always been an efficient shooter from the outside. I mean, that was the big question mark coming in. But he added a lot of volume the last couple seasons and did not lose the percentages. So took on a little bit more of the playmaking role, maybe sometimes playing the point small forward. So that combined with great mid-range, this is why people talk about Kawhi Leonard being a top 10 player in the NBA. There's good reasons for it.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Zubats is checked in for the Clippers. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. Now a timeout called by Houston. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for George.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
Now here's Westbrook. 7 points in the game.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Leonard on the wing. Over Green. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. 6 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Leonard did a good job to take a picture there, recognizing what was going on, read the defense, and then finds a soft spot in the mid-range.
Now here's Green. Shoots from 12. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Leonard against Green. And Beverly kicks to Leonard. Green with the block. Harden outside, inside. Now Beverly. He has 7. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Tucker dishes to Westbrook. And some nice passing there by Houston. Harden against George. And the shot goes down. Harden's got 15.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Leonard attacking. Rockets with the rebound. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Brent, we've got great dunkers now. But you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's the money. Kevin, I think about those old, and we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
So fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
For the Rockets, House is checked in, and it's Gordon in for James Harden. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Over in the corner, Harkless. Shamet, defended by Gordon. Over in the corner, Williams. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Tucker. They get the rebound. Here's Zubats. Goes up again. And he lays it up and in. And the Clippers lead by 13.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Rivers against Williams. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Kicks to House. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. George has got 5 rebounds tonight. Shamet. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
PG played his first 7 seasons in Indiana with the Pacers and guided them to 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances. And that playoff PG moniker that he came up with, it holds true if you look at the numbers. And when the Pacers were about to rebuild, I think Paul George let them know that he was willing to move on to continue his career somewhere else.
Ramon Shumpert is checked in for Green. With a break in the action, let's show you the teams with the most second chance points last year. Fourth, the Clippers.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard.
1:19 left in the third quarter of the game. Rivers surveying the D. He kicks it to Tucker. Left side, Gordon. And the rejection by Zubats.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. 6 points for him.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Harrell's checked in. And a change for the Rockets. Fareed is checked in. Williams against Shumpert. To end the run. No good that time. Excellent D there from Williams. Clippers leading by 19 points. Shamet, guarded by Shumpert. And Shumpert pulls it down.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Gordon against George. Outside Gordon. Rivers in the corner. 4 on the clock. Over Williams. Williams with the block. And so it's Los Angeles taking a 19-point lead into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
Come on, guys. Come on. Play our game. Play our game. Get into them. Play our game. Come on now. Let's go. Let's go. We got to settle down.
Well, you can tell he doesn't think his team is playing like themselves.
And they aren't. They just seem a step slow at this point, and Coach D'Antoni is just trying to energize them.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Paul George is out there with Green. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. Then it's Williams. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line. We hear a lot about small market teams being anxious about retaining their own star players. Is that overblown, or do you think there is reason for concern on their part?
Do we think that players are not going to get recognized if they play in a small market by the national media, if they're one of the best players?
Well, look at Oklahoma City, look at Milwaukee with Antetokounmpo. I mean, they're all getting recognized.
Yeah, I think these ideas have gone by the wayside for a lot of players, and they want the best opportunity for their playing and their best opportunity to shine, no matter where that is. So it's a bit of an archaic argument, in my opinion, Kevin, the way it is that we see guys nowadays, and take the small market thing out about it. There's one market, it's called the NBA.
Mm-hmm. On the free throw, no good.
I think it's been kind of cool to watch Austin Rivers play under his dad, Doc, a shifty combo guard with fantastic skills.
Rockets trail by 18. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Basket good.
In a way, Lou Williams, a little bit like J.R. Smith, he'll welcome the chance to finish off, especially if it's a difficult shot.
Now here's Rivers. Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Williams. The Rockets also changing it up. James Harden comes in for Shumpert, and it's Russell Westbrook in for Rivers. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Capella kicks to Fareed. Just 5 to shoot. Fader on the way, and it falls.
Seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position, an effective scorer in that area.
Pass to Beverly. George with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Stolen by Harden. Down low. Westbrook. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Los Angeles leading by 14. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Harrell slams it in.
A little awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Harden draws the double. Paul George with the steal. Leonard with no one around. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Now here's Westbrook. Kicks it out to Gordon. From deep. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got 6 rebounds here tonight. On the wing, George. George double teamed to the inside. And it's Green missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to Westbrook. Takes a 3. It's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Just becoming better and better at the catch and shoot game. If Westbrook ever perfects that part of the offensive end of the floor, look out.
And the Clippers call time here. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Paul George.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
Rockets trail by 13. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Over Beverly. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And nice to see Westbrook rise up and knock that one down. When he has that solid base, it looks good.
Stolen by Westbrook. Now the pass to Fareed. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And Fareed making great eye contact with his teammates there. I guess you call those manimal instincts. You can see the strong connection he has.
Now here's Beverly. They double him with Green, and the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That'll be his second foul of the game. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Beverly against Westbrook. Clock at 6. Now here's Beverly. Not a lot of room.
Yeah, you feel like he's wasting all of his energy on the offensive end of the floor, and that there might be a letdown on the defensive end for Westbrook. Say it ain't so. He's just too competitive for that.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
Right, big scoring run, fueled by great game planning and really some great shot making.
Now here's Leonard. .144 left in the game. Beverly against Westbrook. Goes up from the top of the key. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Westbrook can't get it to go.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Green against Fareed. Back to Beverly. Passes it to Green. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard against Green. Leonard with the bucket.
What an advantage it is to have someone like Leonard. Everyone knows the shot clock is running down, but they also know that he'll get up a good shot either way.
Westbrook, shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Look at the space he had on that one, though. There's an obvious speed mismatch between the two.
Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
Beverly finds Harrell. Right side, Green. Throws it up high. It's stolen by Capella.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times.
Green, no luck. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Beverly. And so Los Angeles takes the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together, and we can just stick to that. Keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.